Emmerdale spoilers, Rebecca White finishes off Lachlan as Emily Head teases killer's exit and downfall? There's one rule with a soap serial killer: they can't get away with their murderous antics forever, and Lachlan White is no exception. Down the line, Emmerdale will no doubt be planning an explosive exit for the sadistic character who has killed half of his family, his best friend, and is now holding his aunt hostage. And after everything that Rebecca has lost due to Lachlan, her sister, her father, the functionality of her brain, and now being with Seb, it would only be right that she would have a hand in his downfall and exit. Emily Head, who plays the hostage, certainly agrees. When metro.co.uk put the question to her, she pondered, "I hadn't thought of that, but yes, definitely. She needs some kind of payback, though nothing can pay you back for losing half of your family at the hands of a quarter of your family. But I think it would be a good way of putting a full stop at the end of it all, as opposed to leaving it open, for her to be involved in some way in his inevitable downfall. He can't keep doing this forever, can he? There'll be no one left. Of course, she would have to escape the shack prison, which is no guarantee. But Emily reckons that her alter ego never gives up hope, as the thought of seeing her son Seb again is what drives her. She shared, "It's definitely Rebecca's hardest time. If you put anyone in isolation long enough, they certainly become weaker. Underneath it all, she is very strong. There's a reason she hasn't given up, and she's still fighting to escape and is beating away at her chains with a rock that she found on the fireplace. There's a definite strength and resilience to her, but you certainly will see periods where it looks like she's given up. She does think this is futile, nothing is going to happen. But then there's a new surge of adrenaline, and she is thinking about Seb. As long as she escapes, she can see him and he can have his mother back. That's her motivation. Her ultimate plan is survival. She's asked him to let her go. As long as I can be with Seb, I will go away. I won't tell anyone what's happened. I won't talk to anyone. I will forget you ever existed, if that's what it means to be with my son." That is what's driving her through, keeping her alive. Adrenaline-filled, trying to escape is the idea of being with her son again. She's intelligent. She knows the words to say to him, but I don't think you could forgive someone for killing half their family. It's a pretty big ask. There is still a part of her that sees a scared young man. She knows he never wanted to kill her. There's still part of the nephew she loved in him. But he's turned into something she doesn't recognize. Forgiveness I don't think would ever happen, but in the moment she believes she could go away and not tell anyone, as long as it means her and Seb are together. Emily admitted that some of the scenes are brutal and pretty full on, and adds that they have been exhausting, but she is able to switch off after hours of being shackled up in the set of the Shack of Doom. She smiled, "I don't take it home with me, but sitting in the car your body knows you've been crying for 10 hours. You feel a bit sad. I try and talk to a family member or something and try and get back to the real world, but Tom Atkinson is so lovely and we get on so well. In between scenes we're joking and messing around, so it's never too heavy to shake off, but you know you've been crying for a long time in a shed." Tom brings almost an innocence there still, which sounds ridiculous talking about a serial killer. There are scenes talking about the death of his mother, and there was a real sadness, hurt, and like he was a child again. There is real depth to the character, not just a knife-wielding sociopath. He gave me a look yesterday that was genuinely terrifying. He does it very well. So does Rebecca die? Could this be the end? Or will she survive this and bring Lachlan down once and for all? Emily was giving nothing away, but when asked if reading this storyline made her worry for her future on the show, she reasoned, "No, I don't think it does, because if you spoke to Louise Marwood, who plays Chrissy, when she left, the build-up to it was so exciting. That's all that mattered. I think as long as we're telling good stories, it doesn't matter when or how you go, as long as you enjoy the work that you're doing. As the person who plays Rebecca, I would like her to be happy. That's all I've ever wanted for her. In an ideal world she would escape and be with Seb forever and watch him grow up into a man nothing like his cousin."